And cheers, y'all. What's going on, everybody? So I'm holding it down solo tonight. Still going to be hanging out with you guys. We're going to be digging into. We have a giveaway at the end, so make sure you're hanging around. I'm debating between making it an emoji race or a duck race. Either way, we got the $1,000 nutrition package for the winner of that. So either way, you're going to want to hang around for that. Also going to be digging into some of my fitness picks and checklists just to round out your fitness and lifestyle, as well as just some great deals and discounts. Without further ado, I'm going to kind of get everything set up, drop the messages into the chat, get all the kind of like housekeeping things out of the way. Like, again, dropping in duck into the chat. I'm just going to say we're going to call it a duck race for now. And then, if you guys vote, I'll let you guys decide if you want to do an actual emoji race or if you want to do a different style race. You feel free to let me know and I'll make that happen. But I like to just give you guys the option there. And we got some fun stuff, as always, y'all. And we're going to have some fun here on a Friday. This is like genuinely actually fun for me. I always think it's kind of funny to look at, where I'd be, they talk about the 10-year challenge. Like, what would be fun for me 10 years ago compared to now? Two totally different things, but fun nonetheless. All right, let me pull up the comments. And we finally got it. I finally got my Facebook tag back up. So we got all that set up. So I'm going to have that open. If you guys want to drop questions in there, feel free to. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to take on into the rest of the fun. Pull this up, get this set up. Bam, I got my eyes on the chat. We got everything going down. We're going to be starting with the Singlid products and dig into the variety of options they have. So the one I have highlighted right now is the Singlid strip lights. They have 20% off already. Let's click to see if we got an inland coupon on this bad boy. And the cool thing about these, they are also syncable, or you can combo it with your Alexa device or your Google Home device. So, which again, just adds another voice control and command feature. Let me actually see if I have these here. We're gonna get into the B-roll, because I had them over here. I have some of my Singlid products that we're also going to look at, like our smart bulbs, both of the colored bulbs as well as our regular white bulbs. And what's going on? Is that Evans I see in the chat? Yeah, Evans. What's going on, dude? Hey. Yeah, Evans. How we doing? How's it going down tonight? Let's see if I got them under here. No, I definitely moved them. But I will kind of share some B-roll with you guys for the Singlid products. We'll dig into it. Let's see what other kind of fun discounts. So I'm going to start with the actual Singlid home kit setup and the hub, because this comes with the hub. So if you don't have, let's say, like an Amazon Echo or a Google device or anything like that you can use and connect to the internet, you can actually get the starter kit, which will have the hub, so you can sync it up to your Wi-Fi and have all the integrations that you want with it, without having to have any extra devices or anything like that. So with that being said, I'm actually going to pull up some B-roll we'll dig into here. Let me bring this down, bank, bring this up here, and we'll get on into the fun. Also, let me know how you guys doing tonight, by the way. What's going down on a Friday? What's everybody up to? I always wonder that. I'm just nosy. I like to know these things. Tell me what's up. Singlid. Why is it not coming up? What's coming down here? There it is. I was like, why is my search bar not working? That's not good, but just got to give it a minute. I don't have the patience as I always need. So here we go. Now you're going to see for this is the actual bulb itself. And again, you get different sizes. This is actually set up in my daughter's room. Bam, with the lights functional wise. Now here's the hub I was talking about, where you can kind of have it directly plugged in to your internet and then have the Wi-Fi connection as well. And that's just all the essential pieces it's going to come with, showing you how you're going to plug it in, the power source, all that good stuff. And really, this is just something that you can use not only with the smart bulb that it comes with, but any of the Singlid products. If you have this hub, you can sync it up to it and have it integrate with your devices and control it smart tech style, which is always an awesome, fun feature. And you can kind of see the length of the cables just to give you an idea. Obviously, they have more information on the actual length and description if you guys want to check on that. And right now it's 45% off, which is, dang, that's a great deal. Let me actually pull up, see if we got any inland coupons in addition to that. Again, I got the 2-pack. They also have a 4-pack and an 8-pack as well. You can also go with a multicolor as well. I'll be honest with you guys, I do recommend getting the multicolor if you are like debating about it. And again, even on the smaller size bulbs I'll get into next, I have both. And the reason I like the color, the multicolor aspect of it, and if you guys have ever heard me talk about this before, it might be old news, but being able to use different colored lights can have an impact on your autonomic nervous system, your ANS. So if you're trying to fall asleep and you have like a bright light on, it can make it harder for that. But being able to, I'm going to highlight the actual multicolor smart bulbs, and being able to put it on like a lighter color, a blue or a purple or even reds have been shown to not only impact for sleep be helpful, but also be able to help alert you as well, which is like an interesting dynamic. So I got to like dig into that research to be a little bit more maybe clear on what's going to be the most helpful there. But I always say get those tools, invest in these kind of things, because even from a price point perspective, let's see, we got an inland coupon on this bad boy just so I can give you guys like a relatively accurate. So for, yeah, 25 bucks to get a pack of 2, put it in your bedroom, and being able to make that kind of investment have a net positive impact on your quality of sleep, to me is massive, totally worth it. Also, being able to have the right size. Like I've messed this up before, embarrassingly as it is, where I've gotten the wrong size bulb. So make sure you get the right size bulbs. And then lastly, by Singlet, I have the LED light bars. So these, again, I'm going to dig into some Govee lights and Movie Bear as well. I'm also going to see if we got an inland coupon here. So we got an inland coupon. I don't see an inland coupon on this bad boy, but we did have some discounts on the other Singlet ones. And these are basically, when I kind of like tell people, or the question comes up like, hey, what should I pick? Govee, Singlet, whatever brand you want. I always say look at the different functions you want, not only from that product, but from that particular brand. So if they have like smart bulbs and you're going to have, well, I'll see. What's up, yeah, Maxine, I see you. Hey. I got you in for the race. Now, again, got you in for the duck race. Just a reminder, you guys are going to want to hang around because I'm doing the duck race at the end of the stream. So make sure you hang out for it. And Virtual Hug, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, by the way. Make sure you hang around because I'm going to do a roll call before we start the race. And if you're not here for that duck race or to let me know that you're here, I'm going to take your name out of the race. And got you, Evans. Got you, dude. So with the light bars in mind, again, I always say use or go with the brand that you think is going to be the most functional for you, meaning like I like to have everything in one app whenever possible. Now, I also, to be transparent, I have sponsorships with a lot of these companies and products. So I get them sent to me for free and just get paid to give my honest opinion on them. So I actually have multiple apps. I have Singlet, I have Movie Bear, I have Govee, and being able to use all of them is great. And it's not that bad, but I like to consolidate and keep things in one place. So if I wasn't getting these from a sponsorship perspective, the way I would go about it is shopping for whatever I think I would use the most of that brand. So if I know I'm going to use the smart bulbs and the light bars and I like Singlet and the price makes sense to me, I would go with that. Comparatively, personally, to be transparent with you guys, because I've also got the Govee, and we're actually going to get into Govee next. Let me actually highlight them really quick because and the first product I got was the light bars, which I'm going to dig into, so we'll cross compare. But I personally like Govee because of the not only light bars that they have and the strip lights, but the outdoor string lights and how durable they are. Because I've literally dropped these things, I've accidentally stepped on them, and they are like truly shatterproof. I'm not saying like start cracking them with bats and stuff, but they're super durable, which is a really cool thing to me, and the smart tech integration. So I kind of favor Govee out of all the brands just because of that aspect and that function. But again, depending on if you want outdoor lights or string lights, that may not be the best move for you. And also look at what has, in my opinion, the best deal and from a functional standpoint. So let's actually click, see if we've got an inland coupon on these bad boys. Don't see an inland coupon. And I'm going to play B-roll. So we have 2 different types of the Govee light bars here. So I'll highlight both of them. And then, I'm going to actually get into Inkbird next because I see a lightning deal going down for them right now, and I want to make sure we don't miss it. So I'm going to get into that after I talk about the Govee products. But for them, again, we have the strip lights, which I talked about. We have the light bars as well as the outdoor string lights. So again, from a functional standpoint, pretty much the same, but I'm going to just show you guys both. And then I'll also show you how to sync it up in the app and the app integration of it, which I think is a really cool aspect of it. And it can be potentially intimidating if you're not familiar with it or you're just not a huge tech person, but I'm going to show you guys like literally how easy it is to sync this bad boy up after I play this B-roll. So this is the light bars. Again, the cool thing, and I'll show you this, that has that adhesive kind of piece to it so you can stick it to the wall. I have one to my wall wall right here for the lighting aspect of it. And then, yeah, Ava, I see you. I got you in for the race, homie. Don't you worry. Got you in. And being able to not only have that adhesive component, but now I'm going to actually pull up in the app. You're going to see me change the settings, and it's going to actually now be audio responsive. So now when I'm talking, it's changing the rhythm, and it also can change colors. And then you can also sync it up to your phone or just have music playing, and it'll actually, it's just a really cool feature to be able to, like, I like it for my workouts when I play in my playlist, and then I put on the lights. Oh, what's going on, Teresa? Hey. Being able to have it respond. And then going back to the ANS, the autonomic nervous system, when you leverage colors like yellow and orange or red, it can put you again in this fight or flight state, which is great for exercise because you have your adrenaline pumping, you have all these things kicking in to give you more energy and get more from your workout potentially. And then at the end of the workout, a cool piece is you can shift it to like your blues and your purples and your cooler tones to help you relax and rest and digest and transition, so you can kind of cool it down and actually help with potentially going to sleep at the end of the day as well, which I think is a really cool feature. So, and then, yeah, Teresa, I see you, homie. Thanks for dropping by. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? I'm going to pause really quick. We're going to get into the next Govee product, which is going to be the strip lights. But before I do that, I want to hear from you guys. How is your week? How's your Friday? What's going down? Talk to me, y'all. I love hearing from you guys. And if not, that's totally cool too. I just, I always like hanging. That's why, like, it's always fun when me and Gina are doing it together because we can like bounce off of each other. So now you guys are going to be like my co-host, my group co-host as we go through this. So if you guys have questions, let me know what's going down in the chat. I love hearing from you guys. So I'm going to pull up the strip lights. And again, really the function of them are very similar to Singlet. It's a matter of the price, if that's going to make the most sense for you, as well as being able to, well, let me just pull this bad boy up. I shared the wrong screen. It's like screen within a screen. Being able to use from a functionality standpoint what you're looking for. Let's pull this bad boy up. There it is. There we go. Now also in this one, this is where you also see, so again, this one has the ability to control a variety of different lights. You can use it as an accent. I'm using it in the gym. I also have it set up in our living room. So when I'm like gaming or watching TV or like movie or streaming and stuff, like this can be a nice complement as well as with the light bars. But I'm actually using the light bars for like actually lighting here in the kind of studio in the garage. But again, it can be audio responsive. So right now I'm talking, it's changing colors and changing patterns. And here you're going to see how easy it is to download the app and sync up the different products. You can search for it by name or by number, or you could just literally scroll through and see which one based on the category. It's really easy to find, honestly, but I wanted to show you guys what this can look like. Syncs it immediately right up, and then you can change the name. If you don't want it to be that traditional name, you can be like, strip lights in the living room or whatever you want. And now you can see, and this is what I wanted you guys to see as well, the different controls so that you can have different patterns as well. And then lastly, to round out the Govee products, I'm going to highlight the outdoor string lights, and I'm going to show you guys this as well. And then bam. Also, let me know, guys, should we do an emoji race or a duck race? What do you guys want to see, or maybe any other kind of race request? So again, this is outside. This is a cool feature. I want to pause really quick because this right here is a hook you can put on either a fence or any kind of like options like shelving like I have right here. Hook it right on, super durable, so you don't have to worry about like tying it onto things if you don't want to, or you obviously still can. That's what I did outdoor on the deck and the patio. And then again, you'll see the app integration. The only thing I want to show you at the end here is, because you saw it sync already, is again, each one will have their own different types of modes and settings, and you have the ability to control the brightness and the pattern as well. So there's just a lot of control in the Smart Tech feature, which also Singlet has as well, just to highlight and from a comparison standpoint. So to me, it's again, look at which one of these brands and products are you going to want to use more of from a functionality perspective, price point wise, what's going to make the most sense for you, and then what are some products you're going to use that you can see yourself getting in the future, so you don't have to download multiple apps. Unless you don't care about that, then get all the good stuff, because again, we've got MovieBear, we've got Singlet, we've got Govee. But what I want to do is, before this lightning deal disappears on us, I want to highlight this. We're going to get into the Inkbird products, and I actually have this instant probe inside in the kitchen. So I just wanted to highlight it really quick for you guys. It's got, is that 36% off? Dang. Okay, hold on. Let me read that. 26. I was going to say, even still, 26% off a lightning deal right now. It's about, on my end, it's showing it's 48% claimed. Let me refresh the page to see, because now on the page it's showing 50% claimed. Let me refresh and see what we got here. give you the most updated. Yeah, 50% claimed right now. So you're halfway. So if you guys are in the market for that, this is a great option because, again, you can quickly check your turkey, whatever food you're making, quickly probe it. You can cycle between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Super easy to clean if you need to. And the probe on it's relatively, I don't want to say sharp, but it's enough where like you don't have to use a lot of force to check whatever food you're going to be probing. And then the cool thing is not like you use it for hot things, but you can also use it if you're making your own ice cream or anything on like the cooler side as well, which is something I tend to not really mention. I wanted to because Gina always, when we kind of do our streams together, she tends to touch on that, which I always think is a great point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig into the actual, another Inkbird product. This one also has a discount, 20% off. Let's see if we got an inland coupon. So let's see if they're feeling frisky to throw an inland coupon on top of this as well, which they are. Dang, you get another 20% off. So whoa, this is 40% off right now with the additional inland coupon. You have the option to pick between how many probes you want. The one that I have is a 4-probe option. So you can see, and that's where it's like, again, it's wireless, Bluetooth based. You have the 4 different options to plug in right here. I'll show you what one of the probes looks like. Comes bundled just like this. You plug it in right here at the bottom, you untangle it, and it comes with 2 different style probes as well. So you have a little bit kind of a pointier probe, and then they have a little bit more of a rounded probe too, depending on what you're using it for. So you have options there. Now, the cool thing about this is you can actually, so like for I have a Traeger grill, I put it right through the little slot it has for these types of probes, and I just leave it. I kind of set it and forget it. Now, the one thing I will say though is the wiring in the coil itself is not like water resistant, so you don't want to like leave that if there's like it's in a boiling pot or anything like that, or have it directly exposed to the flame. You want to have it off the fire itself. But you can just literally leave it in there, set it and forget it. And then the cool thing is you can sync it up to your phone, and without even having to go outside, you can check on the temperature of your food. And even if you don't have a grill, you can do this in the stove or the stove top, in your oven, things like. Now, to be honest with you, you don't leave this in the oven, the wiring of it, but you can use it to check. I think the Instant Pro would be a better one for the oven, to be honest with you guys. But like barbecue, a stove top, you can kind of leave it there. Again, as long as you don't leave it like on exposed to the fire, you can kind of have it set up, and then you can be on the couch or be elsewhere and be checking on it. Again, I'm not saying like leave unattended like fires and things like that. That's a whole nother thing. But it's just cool the ability with technology to integrate it in. And having said that, I'm going to kind of get into the other Inkbird product we have that also has a discount, has 11% off right now. Let's see if this bad boy's got an inland coupon too. I always love checking. Oh, dang, got 30% off. Nice. So you guys get 41% off with this. And you guys will say, hold on, let me turn this bad boy on. So Bink, as you can tell, it's called infrared for a reason, because you can kind of spot where you're shooting. Now, this is not meant for people to check your temperature. This is not like, don't do that. But I can see like 64 degrees in here right now. Man, it's a little cold. That's why I got my hoodie on. And then if I check the garage, let's see how cold it is outside. 56 degrees. So again, whether you're doing this for surface, this is really meant for like surface temperature, whether you're like maybe baking a pizza or you're cooking a pizza. Maybe you're checking ice cream. So shout out to Christina, by the way, one of the live streamers here. She's usually jumping into the streams when Gina and I are going. Mentioned she uses it for when she's making ice cream, and if you want to talk about delicious like recipes that can be healthy as well, like I'm going to start doing a cooking segment every month with our nutrition team and have a nutrition coach come on that we have, as well as myself, and hopefully we'll see if we get Gina's going to throw it down with us. Maybe we'll get Christina on there. We'll get a bunch of different people going on it, and being able to give you guys some different, because I think there's a misconception that like, oh, well, if I'm on quote unquote diet. First off, don't be on a diet. Like actually just make changes that are sustainable, but I have to give certain things up. That's not necessarily the case. You can swap different things. So the point of me saying all that is you can then make your ice cream, use this thermometer, and then Teresa, I got you in for the duck race, check the temperature of it, and you're good to go. Now, the cool thing I like about this, for all the Inkbird products, from my experience, they'll show you if it's coming with the battery or not. Like this takes a 9-volt, it comes with it. The only one that doesn't is the pool thermometer, or the body of water thermometer, which I'll get into last and next. But the other ones are Bluetooth based, and they come with the charging cable, so you don't need to buy anything extra, which to me is a clutch and a good look on their part, which I always appreciate. It drives me nuts when companies don't do that. Got you in, Teresa. So again, if you guys want to get in on the duck race, comment duck. Also, please feel free to like just hang out in the chat, say what's going down, ask questions too. If you want me to elaborate or dig into things, whether it's workout side of things, recipe side of things, particular products, variations. If you notice like something's unavailable, Yeah, Teresa, I want to say it was last night you mentioned something was like unavailable in the size that you want in the shoe style for the Enluque shoes. So like let me know too, because then I might be able to give you a different link, or I could reach out to the company. We can figure stuff out. And having said that, I'm going to finish up the Inkbird products with the pool thermometer. Now, this thing is not only the thermometer itself, but it actually has a wireless screen that you can mount so that if you have it in the pool, you don't have to worry about going fishing and read it. You can actually have the monitor outside of the pool, inside, whatever, and it'll not only tell you the temperature of the pool, but it'll tell you the outside temperature as well, the external temperature as well as humidity. So you can see, hey, all right, the pool is like 74 degrees, I'm making up a number, and it's like 50 degrees outside. Why your pool's open if it's 50 degrees, I don't know. And you're like, oh, it's like a 100% chance of rain, I'm probably not going in the pool right now. Or maybe you have a hot tub, right, and it's in the wintertime. That's a clutch time to go into the hot tub potentially, but you want to make sure, like, all right, I'm going to make sure I have a robe and I'm not going to freeze when I get out of the hot tub. Just like weird little things like that to me are a huge value with that. Let's see if we got an inland coupon. I don't think, because I was like talking about this yesterday too with Gina. I don't see an inland coupon on it, but it is clutch. And again, the display aspect of it is pretty awesome. Having said that, though, we're going to go back to the other side of the carousel. Keep it rolling right along. Dude, I haven't like just talked by myself on a stream in a minute, so it's kind of funny to like not be tagging Gina in and whatnot. So again, this kind of leaves me a little bit more opportunity to go on rants if you guys want. So again, hit me with questions in the chat. Also, I finally got Facebook synced back up. So let me see if I can actually check to see if anyone's commenting. Because I think I can see the comments on Facebook, so I just can't respond back. So if you guys are on Facebook or Amazon, on YouTube or Twitch or any of the other platforms, if you want to get in on the race, hop on over here to Amazon, or just you can comment. And I just saw a comment here on YouTube. What's going on? I can't even read that. I want to say it's something site. Well, what's going on? And I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name. KE. Thanks for dropping by saying hey. And then also the other one, FYI. Thanks for dropping by. Dropping a message. Appreciate you guys, even though I can't really read it or know what you're saying, but thanks nonetheless. Having said that, though, we're going to dig into, so we're going to go back into the bedroom. We're going to talk about the ideal house bed frame, but I'm also going to like use this as an opportunity to plug sleep routines and sleep hygiene, because to me, that's a really big one when it comes to beds. And like we've talked about other brands before and other topics around it, and just creating an environment that's inviting for you, an environment you're going to want to sleep in. Like, dude, when I was living in Vegas, this was like 10 years ago. No, more than 10. Dang, man. So this was 12, 13 years ago. So let's just call it 10 years ago for easy math. 10 years ago, I was living in Vegas, and I literally didn't have a bed frame. I didn't have sheets for I had an inflatable mattress first. Then eventually, like, I got a bed and didn't have any furniture, things like that. And it was like a very sterile environment. And at the time, I didn't care. But then in hindsight, thinking about it, I didn't really make it feel like a home. So it wasn't as inviting. And like when I had to leave, you know, I wasn't as like hesitant to leave, which it doesn't seem like a big deal. But like at that time, it was like a really important piece of my career, and I was so happy to be there. So making your environment as inviting as possible, I think, is a really important piece, so that you kind of want to stay there, you want to be there, and you can have that like safe place for yourself. And then, oh, what's going on, Regam? Hey, what's up? So I think that's like an underlooked aspect for my younger peeps out there, especially for my younger guys out there. You probably don't think about it. And if you do, kudos on you, because I was not thinking about that. And the first time I moved out, I was like, oh, I have to get all this stuff. I didn't think about all this. And having that, this is like just a nice bed frame, honestly, that is just like aesthetically pleasing, but then also obviously brings you off the bed. There's like other really cool like benefits as well. And this just, again, just as a side pro tip, do not put TVs and computers and like screens and stuff in your bedroom. It's not going to be conducive for having a good night's sleep. Just as a fun side note. Now here's, you're going to see a little time lapse of me putting it together. They recommend doing 2 people. I clearly did it by myself. I was like, I'm doing it by myself, guys. I got this. And you can, but honestly, I would say use 2 people. It's definitely better if you do that. And then just kind of time lapsing, setting it up. Now, what I did is I set up most of it out here in the garage, and then I did not break down the bed, as you can see here. So then I set up this frame, and then I had to take that frame apart and all that, and it was just not the best idea. Having said all that, though, you guys can see how from a color perspective and the aesthetics, it was actually a really nice fit. And then let's go to the finish. You can see what the finished piece looks like. If you guys got questions, let me know. I'll happily dig into it. But with that being said, we're going to keep it rolling right along. So speaking of what I said not to put into your bedroom, here is the gaming TV stand. This is something I would definitely have in like your man cave, your she shed, as Gina said it. I like that phrase, she shed, or your living room, wherever. Don't have it in your bedroom though. Like, don't put screens and like things like that in your bedroom. You're going to be tempted to watch TV in bed. It's not going to be good for you. Even if you say, oh, well, I need the TV to fall asleep, you're not getting a good quality of sleep when you're doing that. I can't promise you or guarantee. I don't like to speak in definitives, but it's more than likely not good. All right, I'll just say that. So let's actually look at this. Is another one I did a little time lapse so you guys can kind of see how it got set up. And the cool thing, I actually have it right here next to me. And this has an LED light on it as well, which is like a nice accent piece. So like I put my belt in here and you can kind of turn on, makes it look cool. But also like just from an aesthetics for the room, especially for gaming, hence why it's gaming's in the name and the description of it. It can really complement if you have, you know, your game setup, your Xbox, your PlayStation, your Oculus, whatever you got going on, whatever system, your Nintendo, whatever you're working with. And this is it fully put together. Again, it has a USB plug you just plug in to actually have the lights. That's the lights on. It has different settings. You can play with it. You can have it on the flashing mode. You can have it on individual colors. It's just a cool, nice little accent component to it. And then it has the nice little slits in the back. So you can actually, like right here, see how it has those little slits. You can put all the wires and whatnot. So it's like, keeps in mind, like, hey, let's make this as clean looking as possible. And then this is me just kind of putting it together. Again, says do 2 people. Both of these projects, by the way, took me roughly about an hour, give or take, and that was like exactly what it said it would. So like if you have 2 people, you could probably get it done even faster, getting it done, all that good stuff, and then bam, now you can see what it looks like set up. So definitely a thumbs up from that perspective. And having said that, I'm going to go into another one that's a discount. This one I put in the stress management or like self-care category. It may seem a little weird, but I think stress management, maybe it's more obvious, but self-care maybe less obvious. And the reason I say self-care for this one is because if you're getting stressed out, that's not really great self-care, right? So looking at and looking out for yourself and investing in tools and having things like this that can mitigate stress. Like if you break down on the side of the road, and let's say you're in a place where you don't have cell service and you can't hit up AAA or you can't get someone to tow or whatever, and you just need to jump for your car, this is a clutch option to have. As well as right now, dang, it's actually got 27% off. So this is like, I've seen it have this deal a couple times before, but I've never seen it cheaper than this. So this is like the best time to get it because of that discount. And I'm just going to screen share so you guys can kind of see what it comes with. Now, the other cool piece is like, obviously, again, you can charge it ahead of time and then you just leave it in your car, jumps your car. Especially if your car, like your battery's absolutely dead, this will help get it going, and then you don't have to worry about it actually draining, you know, your friend's car battery or strangers or whatever, messing up the other person's battery. This thing is specifically meant for this and jumping it so it doesn't actually destroy the battery or destroy and take away from somebody else's battery, and just help mitigate the stress. Like you got enough to worry about in life these days, I imagine. I know I do. This is like one less thing we don't have to worry about. So like definitely recommend for like fitting it into, and this is what I talk about when it's a lifestyle. It's not just like, hey, in the gym and, you know, like 1 hour out of the day. It's like, how do you set up your entire day? How do you live your life? What's that lifestyle look like? And then ultimately having that aligned with what your goals are. So if you're constantly stressed, listen, I get it. I run my own company. I have kids. I have a wife. I have responsibilities. I'm constantly going to school. I have certifications to manage and all this other stuff. But if you're not like taking care of yourself and mitigating stress where you can, it's really going to be hard to realize your goals and have the healthy lifestyle that you want. Oh, what's up, B? I see you, homie. Yeah, B. How you doing, dude? What's going down? So now we're going to shift gears here. We're going to look at some of the Mooby Bear products, dig into the Mooby Bear town. And first off, I'm going to start with the Mooby Bear lantern list. Let me actually pull this up. Let me know. So I want to try this. I want to try something. I want to see if you guys can actually hear the audio when this is playing. So let me know in the chat if you guys can hear that. Well, hold on. Let me actually screen share. Wait for it. So when I play this, here, I'm going to pause it. Let me know if you guys hear this audio, because I'm going to just let it play and not say anything for a minute. Let me know if you can hear the audio or not in the chat. Hey, booty. Ooh, do you want to do me a favor? All right, y'all. So this is what we're going to do. I just finished playing the B-roll. I wanted to see if they can hear the audio because now Gina's not on. So when I play the B-roll, I want to see if the audio is coming through. Can you open up the stream? Or I'll text you the link right now and see if you can hear the audio. We're going to do a little experiment since y'all aren't letting me know in the chat. Counting on you guys. Ash is coming in the clutch here. I just texted you it. Can you pull that up and see? We're going to play some B-roll here and let's see. Mine doesn't have magnets. That's even better. Wow, nice. Yeah, Teresa, I'm telling you, the magnet component is super clutch. No sound. So B's saying no sound. I mean, I know you can hear that part, so I'm going to play the B-roll again. And now we're going to find out on our end. I believe you, though, B, so I appreciate you letting me know. But yeah, Teresa, even to your point, the magnets are a clutch feature, especially like if you're working on your car. This is cool, like putting it on the lid of the car or the top of the car so you can see, or like have it on the squat rack. So Evan said, all right, I hear you. So I'm going to specifically play another B-roll, and let's see if you guys can hear the B-roll again, and I'll let Ashley. So I'm going to pause this. Let's see if you can hear the B-roll. Bink. I'm going to find out. Okay. All right. So my bad, y'all. So it seems like the audio on the B-roll is not working. I got to figure out what's going on with that.
And B is still here.
B's been holding it down since the beginning, Ash.
B still comes and hangs out.
He's an OG. So B, I got to give you, yeah, B was the first person that won any one of our giveaways, by the way. I don't know if you remember this. I want to say it was like back in June or July. So let's actually, so I'm going to do a little bit of talking since the B-roll, apparently the audio wasn't working for it. You guys saw what they look like. I'm going to check to see if we have an InLink coupon. I don't see an InLink coupon, but they do have 30% off. And these have the option when you go to buy them. You can either pick the Bluetooth app control or you can get the remote control option. So I think that's a cool feature because especially if you're not tech savvy and you don't want to deal with apps and stuff like that, it's cool that they give you that option, as well as why doesn't Ashley stream anymore? That's a great question, B. Why doesn't, let's see if we can get Ash. Let's see if we can get her back in here and ask her. Great question. So I personally think it's because she's also, shout out to Ashley. She's just crushing it in life, in my opinion. She started going back to work full time. She works for our company as a marketing consultant. 40 So I think once she started working more full time and the bandwidth was just like more on her, and she's good at streaming in my opinion, but I don't think she's as passionate about it or doesn't really care as much. I just like talking clearly. I'm trying to get her back into the groove a little bit, but also I don't want to like force her if she's not really feeling it. So I would say the long-winded answer is she just got busy with other kind of obligations around the business, around the LOF company side of things and dealing with her clients, especially being a mom. She's crushing it in the gym, getting her physical routine back on. So I think with all those variables combined, less bandwidth to actually get her streaming on. But I think you should comment and be like, hey, we want to see more of Ashley, because then I'm going to show her this. Be like, see, Ash, the people want to see you. They want to hear from you. You can't leave them hanging like that. So we'll see what happens. So anyways, I'm going to dig into the next movie product. We're going to look at the under cabinet lights, and these are clutch. Honestly, so I set these up for like traditional use, like under the cabinets, but I also want to show you guys when I play the B-roll, I think these would be actually cool for like a costume for Iron Man. And I'll show you guys why here in a second. So check out how they perfectly kind of fit in my palm. Let's go back. Look at the size. They like kind of the perfect size and fit to go right in your palm. So I immediately thought, like, dude, I should make an Iron Man outfit or a costume out of this and just put these right in the palm. Obviously, you know, not ever really going to do that, but I just thought it was a cool component because of the size and the fit. And this is where you can see this comes in a pack of 6. That's kind of the main hub you're plugging everything into, and then that hub gets plugged into an outlet. That's where the power source is going to be. And this is kind of pretty much the whole setup where you can control everything. Super easy to honestly set up. If I can do it, y'all, you guys can totally do this. And again, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'll happily dig into it. Yeah, do it for Halloween. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, right? Right. You get it, Teresa. Teresa gets it. I thought it would be fun. So anyways, let me know again. I'm going to go through this and I'm going to kind of rant a little bit and get into those things. If you guys have specific questions you want me to talk about, especially because I don't have G to like bounce ideas and things off of, I'm happy to dig into things a little bit more with you guys. She had a bunch of boot and rally stories from the party years. Right? So what you're saying is, B, you like her stories more than mine. Is that what you're saying? I get it, dude. I get it. And that's totally cool. Totally cool. She does have awesome stories. So with that being said, I'm going to dig into the OBS phone mount, which I have right here. I'm actually, for the rest of the stream, I'm actually going to put my phone on it so it doesn't keep looking like I'm looking at the floor while I'm doing this. And I'll show you guys from a functional perspective one of the cool things about it. And you might confuse the kids away. More leftover candy for you. Touche, Teresa. Touche. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like nowadays, I feel like kids nowadays, when it comes to that stuff, might be harder to scare because they like with gaming and everything. It's like there's so much that they're like paying attention to, or they may just be like pacified babies. Who knows? That's actually a good point. So let me actually swing this around here. So one of the things about this I'm going to show you guys is not just like, hey, this is a clutch phone mount. Candy, especially Reese's. That's like where it's at, especially Reese's. But speaking of Reese's, we're also like dig into like when I do recipes and cooking segments. Let me know if you guys want to see, because I've been coming up with some pretty good like protein muffins, protein cookies. I started working on my own protein peanut butter cup recipe. That's like way more protein, less on the sugar side. I haven't dialed in the ratio of like chocolate to peanut butter yet. I'm still trying to figure that out because I feel like Reese's just crush it on that end. So I'm still trying to play with that one, but going back into the OBS bot, this one is awesome because I also have the webcam, if you guys like the webcam. But the cool thing now is phones tend to have such great cameras. Like instead of having to, muffins, yeah, we are big on those in my house. Me too, dude. The girls love them. Yeah, the girls love those too. And that's what's cool is like they're 150 to 250 calories depending on how much chocolate chips and how many like extra things I put into it. About 10 to 12 grams of protein, about 4 to 5 grams of fiber, less than 10 grams of sugar per muffin. So the girls can have like a couple like they don't even eat that. They literally will have one and they'll be happy. But then even if they smash like 2 or 3 of them, I'm totally cool with that because it's still like not a crazy amount of calories. I use fruit in them as well, so there's good nutrient density. They get the protein in. They're not crazy on the sugar. It's like a win-win-win all around. So having said that, what I'm going back to with this OBS format, I want to show you guys something. So not only a cool feature, first let's cover the most important feature. This camera right here at the front. This camera right here is what's doing the motion tracking. So instead of having to download an app and use the camera in your phone and exclusively have to rely on the app for the motion tracking feature, which I've done with other types of like tripods before, you have to like download their app and then you have to exclusively record in their app, and you can't use like if I wanted to live stream with you guys here, like while I've done this before in the past, I've been on Amazon and do all the other platforms, then also be on TikTok on my phone, which I can do now. I couldn't do that hypothetically in the past because then I'd have to worry about using the app that I have to download, and then I can't be streaming on my phone, which is a whole nother pain in the butt. This allows you to use quality cameras that you might have in your pocket on your phone that you're not able to necessarily take advantage of, and you might say, oh, well, I got to get a webcam or something else. Like I got an extra camera, thanks to Gina for wanting me to upgrade the 4K camera, which is totally worth it because now I have the webcam, I have this camera, I can even use this in the future. But the cool thing allows me, like I was working with a client before virtually, and I set it up on this phone. The other cool thing, and because it has that camera, it'll track, motion track, so it can follow me. As I move, it stays with me. The other cool thing about this is not only, that's actually a cool feature too. You can turn it vertically and horizontally, as well as you can actually kick it out to the side and then turn it out to the side, so you can change the angles as you want to. But you can unscrew this bottom tripod and attach it onto really any other 3/4 inch tripod that has that type of screw setup. Screw it right on. So if you want to have it at a higher level and not have it resting on a desk, you can totally do that. And this part just becomes detachable and it can attach onto pretty much any other tripod that has that kind of universal sizing, which is, again, a really cool feature in my opinion. So the one thing I just realized, because it's right next to the actual OBS bot phone mount is the other Movie Bear product I didn't talk about, which is the 2-in-1 flashlight. So I'm actually going to pull this up really quick because I realized I didn't talk about this before. And I always like to highlight this because, and I always go back to the same story, when I went on a business trip, I use this because this is not just your regular flashlight, it's also got the UV light built into it. So you can see, guess what, bodily fluids. Now, everyone's like, oh, I don't want to see that. It's like, dude, I want to see. I want to see how much of a mess is the room about to stay in, especially when I'm paying like good money. And that is good. No more carrying your phone around. Yeah, exactly. And so here's the thing. Speaking of which, I'll just highlight this point before I go into the Movie Bear aspect really quick, is the phone mount. Like I even use that when I'm calling my parents up in New York. So if the kids are running around, I don't have to chase after them with the phone. I just FaceTime my family and then the phone tracks me. Or like if I give presentations or I work with clients, it just tracks me. So I don't have to worry about moving the phone, changing up the setup and all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's a super convenient and easy setup. Especially having kids, I realize how annoying sometimes it can be to be holding your phone and like chasing after kids that are like constantly all over the place, which I love. I love that they're active, but like also I don't want to be chasing after my kids the whole time. I'm trying to also talk to my family. So having said that, let's get back into the Movie Bear 2-in-1 flashlight. So you guys, let me just move this up a little bit. Whoa. So this thing is, again, your regular flashlight, but it's also the UV light. So like, again, if you go to a hotel, you can travel with this. I brought it with me. Dude, the room was spotless except for like this one stain, this one like obvious stain on the second bed that was in the room. Everywhere else, there was nothing, not a drop, which I was super impressed by. But then on one of the sheets, like I didn't even need to use the UV light to see that there was like an obvious urine, like a pee stain on the sheet. And then I checked it, and of course it was. Like I used the UV light to see if it actually shows up, and it does. So I checked the rest of the room. I'm like, all right, this place is pretty clean. I was impressed by that. And yes, CC, what's going on, homie? I see you. So I wanted to show us. Now the cool thing about this too is you can see if you could pull it in and out, you can move the top of the flashlight to kind of hone in the focus of the light or to broaden it as well, which is a cool feature. And the kids love playing with that, by the way. So with that being said, we'll keep it rolling right along. I'm even thinking about, and let's see, we still got that lightning deal going down for the Inkbird. Nice. So what I want to do is we're going to go into the Flybird products now. And I just realized I have to actually charge my OBS. But and that's a cool thing too. It comes with the charging cable on this, so you can charge it. I'm good. How are you? TGIF, by the way. Yeah, TGIF. I'll be honest with you guys, like I don't get as hyped anymore about like Fridays because like I've worked really, really hard to be at the place where I am with my business right now, where like I get to make my own schedule. Like every day I make my own schedule and I get to do the things that I want to do. So like I'm all for like celebrating in general, but like I'm really grateful that like every day kind of feels like a weekend to me, more or less. Like obviously there are certain days that are slammed out. Like Mondays tend to be a little crazy because like I'm going over things from the prior week, like numbers wise. But yeah, but anyways, enjoy and celebrate either way. Speaking of which, how you celebrating your Friday? How is everyone? So yeah, let me know in the chat. How you guys celebrating the weekend? What's going down? I know here where I'm at in Western North Carolina, it's apparently supposed to snow like 5 to 7 inches. So hopefully we'll have a nice little snowstorm. Hopefully we'll get some good snow going down. That'll be fun. Anyways, let's dig into the Flybird adjustable dumbbells. I'm also going to click on them, see if we got an inLink coupon. Let's see. I don't see an inLink coupon because, yeah, these like they tend to not really. There's like special deals from time to time, and that's it. If you don't take advantage of them, that's it. But this is still a great price for $200 for 5 different dumbbells. You got the 11 pounds, the 22 pounds, 33 pounds, 44 pounds, 55 pounds. Takes the place of 5 different dumbbells. And then, hey, what's going on, Wendy? I think that's not only efficient as far as space, but also cost effective as well. Doing nothing, staying home, COVID is too high here. Yeah, that's another thing too, like COVID right now. I mean, just in general, like that's a whole other thing I can go on a whole rant about, but I hear you. Stay safe, by the way, Evan. Stay safe. Hopefully you're staying healthy. Watching Amazon Live with a bag of Dunkin' Donuts winter blend. Oh, wait. So what's Dunkin' Donuts winter blend? Is that coffee? Or is that like, what is that? Hit me with that. Is that coffee or is that just donuts or what's going on with that? And then Serene, thanks for the follow. Virtual hugs. I'm just nosy. I want to know. DD. Finally found it. Woo! Well, I appreciate you looking for it. I didn't know it was. I didn't know you were even looking for me, but I appreciate it. Thank you. And then yes, oh sweet. So yeah, I hear you on that. Are you drinking caffeinated coffee right now, by the way, Teresa, or is that decaf? I guess depending on what time it is by you. Even still, like even if you're on the West Coast, it's like probably 6 o'clock. That's crazy. But no judgment. Whatever you want to do. So I'm playing a little bit of a B-roll here for the adjustable dumbbells. If you guys got questions, you let me know. We'll dig on into it. But again, going back to just the cost-effective aspect as well as the space efficiency, these things are absolutely clutch. It's delicious coffee. They have it at Stop and Shop and Dunkin' Donuts. Nice. Oh, yeah. Dang, you going caffeinated this late? Dang. Good luck sleeping. So you guys can see this is a cool one that I like about the Flybirds compared to like other brands is look at this, the handles where you change it. Instead of on the outside, the dial or using pins or things like that, this thing is super cool. I just think it's like a cool, and from a speed perspective, you can like watch other YouTube channels, even other reviews. I've timed it as well. This is the fastest to swap out. This is a perfect example of that. Just the display of how quickly it is to swap and change. Coffee puts me to sleep. What? Coffee puts you to sleep? I wish, Wendy. I wish, Wendy. You must have a seriously taxed adrenal system. It's Friday. I see you, Teresa. You partying, dude. I got you. So here's an interesting fun fact about coffee and caffeine potentially from coffee is that it can have a 12-hour half-life. What that means is up to 12 hours after you drink it, you can still have 50% of the caffeine in your system. So let's say you're drinking, it's 9 o'clock at night. Right now you're drinking coffee. That means half of the amount of caffeine you're drinking right now can stay in your system until 9 in the morning tomorrow. So you might even be able to fall asleep. I'm a one-spoon gal. I see you. I get it. You might be able to like even fall asleep, but your quality of sleep, and you might notice, I'm like, if you're drinking coffee, check that, like pay attention. I'm curious if you notice this, Teresa, when you do that, do you wake up in the middle of the night and maybe have a hard time falling back asleep? And if not, that's totally cool too. I would wonder what your sleep looks like. If you did like a sleep study, what would your quality of sleep look like? Obviously, you're not going to know off the top of your head, but this is just me thinking out loud and being curious because the impact that coffee and caffeine in general can have from the half-life perspective. So we're going to stick with Flybird here. Yeah. And go to the adjustable bench now. So we talked about adjustable dumbbell. We'll piggyback that with the adjustable bench. And this one also has a discount, 29% off. I never sleep. Well, having coffee at 9 o'clock at night, I speculate doesn't help. But maybe you just never slept before that too. So you're like, hey, what's the point at this stage of the game? I wonder how come. Now I'm just being nosy. I'm just going to ask you guys all types of personal stuff. Hope you don't mind me asking all these questions. My sleep sucks period. They're giving me a CPAP machine. Yeah, that's rough, dude. As far as like not having good quality sleep, but hopefully that helps. Sleep is but let's talk about sleep just for a quick second while we're on the fitness theme. Even though I talked about like sleep hygiene and routine before. On average, depending on your body, there's like a small population. I think it's like 1 to 3% of people can get away with like less than 7 or 6 hours of sleep a night. I'm going to speculate most, obviously the 1% of us, like there's only 1% of people that can really get away with that. Coffee and web browsing is my bed and pillow. Oh, geez. I mean, I get it. I've totally been there myself. Like I'm not coming from a place of judgment, but I imagine that's not helping your sleep routine. That can definitely make sleep tough. But then I would imagine the thought process behind that is like, hey, I'm finally relaxed at the end of the day. This is your decompression time. I'm lucky if I get 4 hours of sleep. Yeah, Wendy, how long have you noticed that? How long has that been going on? Because then this is the tricky thing. When you don't get enough sleep, your body starts to produce more of something called ghrelin, which is a protein and a cue for your body to be hungry. So then you want to eat more. And when you want to eat more, you tend to lean towards carbohydrate and sugar-laden food choices, and then that puts weight on, and then as you put weight on, it can disrupt your sleep cycle. You can maybe need CPAP machines. It may be, there's other things that can impact CPAP machines too. It's not just being overweight. Like I'm not saying that you're overweight, Wendy. Like I hope that didn't come out the right. I didn't come out the right way. But you know what I mean? It becomes this vicious cycle where then you start to gain weight. Now it's harder to sleep, and then you get less sleep, and it starts to become this feedback loop. So that's a really, really slippery slope, and it's tough. So being able to have a CPAP, hopefully that helps your sleep, and hopefully you're less hungry, and hopefully you can eat less on the caloric side as well as the sugary side, and it starts to kind of like have this long ripple effect. But it can just take so much time. Oh, I totally get it. Hubby works at Keurig, and trust me, you don't have to drink the coffee. The smell is overwhelming. But that smell, though. Dude, I love that smell. Anyways, let's get into the adjustable bench. I'll demonstrate you guys a little bit of B-roll. We'll keep digging into the fun here. I want to keep hearing from you guys. Let's keep talking about coffee. What's your fit? Now, let me ask this. How do you guys drink your coffee? You going black? You going cream? You going, sugar? What are we throwing in? You guys ever try protein in your coffee? I put protein in my coffee. I do a little bit of protein. Maybe I'll do some monk fruit sweetener. I'll throw a splash of almond milk if I'm feeling frisky for my first cup in the morning. What about y'all? Ooh, Keurig BRB going for a second cup. Dang, you getting in there. Espresso. Whoa. Ooh, espresso. Whoa, nice. So yeah, I wonder, this is kind of like a chicken or an egg situation. Like a lot of times coffee drinkers have horrible sleep, right? And then they're like, well, I'm going to drink more coffee to mitigate me feeling tired all day. So it's like, did you start drinking coffee because you were tired? Or were you just drinking coffee because it just started happening, and then you started getting bad sleep, and then you started relying on it more? Or maybe a hybrid of the two. Maybe like one day you just stayed up till you started drinking coffee to help, and then it became like a negative feed or a positive feedback loop, like reinforcing behavior. I don't like coffee. Go figure. That's ironic. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? Let's see if you guys can name that song. Name that song. All right, so let's pull that screen share down. You guys can see the adjustable dumbbell. I mean, the adjustable bench again. And it's all like, in my opinion, you really don't need a flat bench. If you can get adjustable bench, that's a great option. Unless you're never going to do incline, you're never going to do decline. You just want a more sturdy, thicker padded bench. I can maybe understand that. And then Alanis, wow, look at you, Serena. Got it, Serene. Nice. I stayed as a bus driver on overnight shift. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, peppermint mocha creamer with collagen peptides. Ooh, speaking of collagen peptides, I'm actually getting sent out some collagen peptides to try. I'm gonna give you guys some feedback on that. Make sure you're follow me on Instagram or whatever social media account if you're not already, if you want to, because in the next month, I'm gonna have a review, a very honest review of a collagen peptide they're going to be sending out to me. Exactamundo will wake me up all the way since I can't sleep. Yeah, exactly. It's a slippery slope though, y'all. So that's the hard thing. It's like, do we want to, and this is like just in general, a lot of times it's tough, like to sacrifice the immediate discomfort for long-term benefit. It's like, yeah, but I'm so uncomfortable right now. This is so miserable right now. I'm willing to do this, but in the long term, I know this is not what's best for me. It's such like a weird dynamic. And I do it too. Like I've totally been there. I drink coffee every day pretty much. But what I like to do is every 2 to 3 months, I remove coffee from my week just to reset my caffeine sensitivity, help with some of the other habits and behaviors, my sleep cycles and things like that. But just because I do it that way doesn't mean anyone else should. You guys live your life. Take this all with a grain of salt. So what I've got right now is got the Dorilo smartwatch highlighted. I'm actually wearing this right now, so I'm going to read you guys some data. This has 36% off right now, which is actually a pretty sweet deal. And you have, I think it's what, 5 different colors you can get in? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you got 5 different colors, and you can get a variety of different bands, obviously, to connect it with. So this is going back to the sleep tracker. This thing's not only great because you can track your steps, heart rate variability, track your calories for workouts, set goals, but it also can track your sleep. So you can wear this while you're sleeping, and you can actually see. And the cool thing, you guys won't be able to see this, but it'll show me like the quality of sleep. Like, to be honest, I slept 5 hours last night. And that was actually after napping an hour today. So I really slept 4 hours last night, and I got an hour nap in, that's like horrible. I try to never do that, but sometimes that happens. And you can even see like where I started to get into the deeper cycles of sleep, where I started to move. It's a really cool aspect to collect the data. Now, the other thing I like to look at is my resting heart rate every morning, because if my resting heart rate deviates more than 10% than the average, so on average, mine's about 40 beats per minute. So if I start to see that 45 or higher, that can be an indicator that I'm overtrained or really stressed out, not eating enough, not sleeping enough. Something else could be off. I tried that. Someone else will offer it to me. Can't get away. Yeah, that's also tricky too. But so here's the other thing too. At some point, Teresa, that's like where it's hard. There's also this dynamic of like, all right, well, what's more important to you? Which I'm like, and again, hopefully this doesn't come across the wrong way. Like I'm sometimes I'm a little blunt. It comes across weird, but like it's a matter of like, is it more important to you to like think about what's this connected to in the quality of your sleep and your goals, or the immediate short-term gratification or instant gratification aspect? And then also it's bandwidth, right? Like if you have like, I'm sure you have a very like demanding life, like we all kind of do, and then you only have so much bandwidth throughout the day, and it's hard to say no to certain things when they're presented to you, especially at the end of the day when you're tired, or at any point throughout the day and you're tired. That's a really hard point. And then, oh, Wendy, you got a sleep tracker? Awesome. So yeah, what's your sleep look like, Wendy? Like when you actually are asleep, like is it at least good quality sleep? Because I imagine that's also probably difficult too. Anyways, again, all this fun. So I'll read it. Let's also look at the steps. What do we get stepwise today? So I got 12,658 steps, burned almost 700 calories, 668, which even that's like not 100% accurate, but it gives you an idea of like, all right, how active was I? How many calories did I burn? What, all that good stuff, which I appreciate and always like to look at. So we're gonna kind of shift gears here a little bit. We're gonna dig into some nutrition, y'all. We dig into the nutrition and look at Joy Tudis Car Fridge. So this thing's really cool. Check this out. So Wendy, I'm asking the question here, what kind of info have you gained from your sleep tracker? I'm also wondering that, like, have you found it beneficial? Because I've found this to be tremendously beneficial, even just for holding me accountable when I want to stay up sometimes. And like at the end of the day, like again, after the stream, I kind of want to chill out, and I'm not going to honestly immediately go to bed. I'm actually going to eat. I'm going to have some grilled chicken, some snackies after this, and then I'm going to hang out for probably like an hour and a half or 2 hours. So I'm going to finish up the stream. It's going to be what, like 10 o'clock. I'll be up till 1 in the morning. But the cool thing is I don't have to wake up till about 8:30 tomorrow. So I timed it knowing that. So I'll still get my 7.5 hours of sleep. But it's tempting to stay up super late. Like the other night, and that's why I only got 4 hours of sleep the night prior, because I stayed up till 2 in the morning. And then I had to wake up early with the girls at 6 o'clock, and they don't care if you're tired. They're like, yo, I'm up, I'm ready to go. So I totally get that. It becomes a slippery slope. So that's why I'm saying in your bedroom, don't have a TV. Like try and get into that room, try and get into that sleep routine. And there's all these other things. We don't have to get into all that, but just throwing that out there. Having said all that, let's look at the Joy Tudis Car Fridge. This thing is clutch, because now we keep this in our car all the time instead of having it here in the garage. It's not just for road trips. It can be like on your day-to-day. So I like to put like apples and string cheese and drinks and snacks and sandwiches in here, deli meats, things like that. So if like, let's say we got to run errands, or I get stuck somewhere like with the girls, and when I say stuck, I mean like, let's say Lena has dance practice like tomorrow. If Ashley, she usually takes her to dance practice because you can only have one person. You can't even go inside. You just kind of hang out outside. She can bring a snack with her. She can have some string cheese. If she brings Tessa with her, at least the girls can have a snack. What I kind of just showed you guys there is not only does it have a cup holder, but it also has a little kind of like non-slid, non-sliding kind of surface right here behind the cup holder, so you can put your phone or your keys on it. So if you're driving around, it won't slide on you as much, and you can control the temperature. It's even got an ice or a freezer component in there as well as the fridge, and the space is pretty clutch. So this thing's a really cool feature that I'm pretty pumped about. And it's also got 35% off. Let's see if we got an Inland coupon here. Let's check that Inland coupon life, y'all. I don't see an Inland coupon. And then Wendy says I slept 3 hours and 48 minutes last night. Not much REM sleep or deep sleep. Yeah, so not much rapid eye movement or deep sleep. So yeah, that's tough, dude. And then I forgot if it says, do you drink coffee? Oh, yeah, you're drinking espresso. So when's the latest you'll usually have espresso? When's the latest you tend to drink coffee or espresso? I definitely spelled that wrong. Excuse the butchering on adding an extra S in there. Don't mind me. I'm so used to having autocorrect that like it just messes me up. So anyways, that's all the kind of fun stuff on this. And this thing you can plug in with your, is it 12 volt? Yeah, 12 volt. So just make sure, factor that in, 12 volt for your car. And this is not only something that is for road trips. Like we do use this for road trips. We haven't gone on a road trip actually since we've gotten it, like more than an hour. But this is even like day to day, man. Like I keep this in the car, and then I have snacks. Instead of having like non-perishable items, like maybe nuts or things like that, you can have more delicious things that might be perishable that you don't necessarily want to keep in the car because you might forget about it. But this way you can have it in the car and travel all day and not worry about it, and it'll still stay cold, which I think is a really cool feature. So we're going to stick with the nutrition theme here, and we're going to dig into the Geek Chef air fryer toaster combo. That's during the day. Sometimes a regular coffee at night. I don't drink it often. Gotcha. So you're going espresso like early in the day, morning parts, and then maybe going to like a cup of coffee at night. That's something that, again, take all this with, I hope you don't mind me asking all these questions to us out there. If you want me to like stop and F off, totally tell me. Like, I don't take it personal. But that's where I play with, like, I know for me personally, like 4 o'clock is the latest I can have coffee. Like the latest I can really have coffee or caffeine coming in. Otherwise, I'm going to be up to like 3 or 4 in the morning. And even without that, like even the other day, I didn't have coffee that day. I was still up till 2 in the morning. And you know, like I did my melatonin. I actually ran out of one of my supplements that I use that's kind of like a chill out, relax, kind of like shout out to Spore Life Sciences. They've got some amazing stuff. We're gonna actually have some cool stuff announced with them. I won't dig into that right now, but play with how late you can have coffee in the day and how much it impacts. Even though you're not getting great sleep consistently right now, if you cut off coffee earlier in the day, it might have a positive impact. You also might be so far gone into the routine of things that may not make a drastic difference in one night, but over time, I speculate it would probably help. Yeah, espresso will keep me up all night. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. And yeah, busy morning. Oh, I thought you said morning. I was like, dang, all right, it's morning where you are. Cool. So with that being said, we're going to get into the Geek Chef Air Fryer Toaster. It not only has 25% off, but let's see if we, oh yeah, we got that inLink coupon for $10 off as well. What? So I'm going to show you guys my favorite combo to make in this bad boy. It's going to be my mangoes and my buffalo chicken wings. This thing, it's super clutch, man. This is great for meal prep, as well as just having, even if you're not trying to bulk meal prep and things like that, it just, you can dehydrate food with it. You can actually bake with it. You can use it as a toaster, and then you can air fry things. So whether it's like wings, whether it's using chicken nuggets for our daughters, or like I was talking to Ashley, she got some zucchini, so we're going to make spiral zucchini noodles, and then we're going to take chicken cutlets, instead of like deep frying them and making breaded chicken cutlets that are like the traditional style, we're going to actually, I'm going to use a different type of crust for them and then throw them in the air fryer. We're going to use like a coconut-based crust, throw it in the air fryer, not have to add any extra calories from the oils, and get that nice crispiness that we want. So we get like a nice meal. We're going to have some marinara with the zoodles or the zucchini noodles, and bam, combo that with the air-fried chicken cutlets. It's going to be so good and a fraction of the calories. So it's like things like that. I feel like there's a message like, hey, oh, well, I love, like, and I'm Italian. We talked about this the other night. Like me and Gina, we're Italian. We love pasta. We were raised with like all those kind of like dense meals, and we express our emotions with food, which is really not always the best habit, but it doesn't mean you have to remove certain things. You just have to figure out the swaps and the adjustments that you can make to enjoy. Oh my God, I have Exact Air Fryer. It's so perfect. Yes. What's your favorite way to use it? So I'm going to say my favorite is, again, the mangoes and the chicken wings, but also shout out to Evans. If you're still here in the chat, I started doing the chickpea option because you mentioned that, and now I'm playing with using like garlic powder and onion powder to flavor them up with some cayenne, also playing with some like brown sugar and cinnamon and having like a sweeter flavor to it, but the crunch and the texture of it's really nice. You do shows on cooking with air fryer. I have to tune in. I just got mine. I'm just throwing everything in there. I love pasta, trying to cut the carbs. Yeah, I totally get that. And yeah, we're gonna start to doing monthly cooking segment on my other channel, Lifestyle of Fitness. Stay tuned. So yeah, I have another channel. I have a second channel here on Amazon, by the way, y'all, for my company called Lifestyle of Fitness. And we actually, and you can even see like in the kind of like screen below, or like this, like the graphics that my cousin made. We have our social media accounts, Life of a Fighter and Lifestyle of Fitness are my two like kind of like brands that we work off of. So I have the LOF, Lifestyle of Fitness, Amazon, and that one I do more of, we have our coaches come on, we do like cooking segments and do other fun stuff I'm gonna start to integrate more of. So stay tuned and give a follow on there if you're not already following. I think you'll really enjoy it. It is much better than the microwave. I don't even know where it is in my kitchen anymore. Yeah, dude, not only is it like better than the microwave, but to me, the flavor of it and saving on calories, so you have to cook it in oils. And then Wendy, to your point, yeah, I love pasta too, dude. I'm 100% a huge pasta fan. And, you know, balancing out, like you don't have to remove carbs altogether. It's just finding a balance, right? So instead of like saying having your traditional processed latent pasta, and it's different, like the pasta here versus the pasta you would get in Italy. And like, so for example, we talked about this on another stream too, like I was really fortunate where I grew up in New York. My uncle owns a ravioli and pasta store. So they would make everything fresh on site. So I had like fresh raviolis, fresh pasta, fresh mozzarella, like all the fresh ingredients. So you could taste the difference. And also what it does from a gluten perspective and digestive perspective is also different. That's like a whole other thing I can get into. But starting to figure out swaps and alternatives, like maybe using red lentil pasta is something we use here, or using like chickpea based pasta. It's a little bit different. You know, obviously you got to figure out what works for you, or maybe making it yourself. Okay, sounds good. I will definitely check your shows out. Yay. Thanks. So yeah, that's like my 2 cents on that, and just can be a really clutch dynamic. So let me look to see if we have any other nutritional stuff I want to dig into. But other than that, we're kind of getting towards the end here, y'all. It's also going to almost be duck race time. We got about another 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to start the duck race. So make sure you guys are hanging around for that. And Randall, what's going on? Ooh, pierogies. Pierogies, that's a great call too. Good call, Randall. 100%, dude. Great call. And that's something you can really play with too. I love actually pierogies. Pierogies, I don't know if you like this. This might be a weird combo. Pierogies and chicken cutlets, or pierogies and pork chops. Those are some of my favorite combos. And understanding, and yeah, like, so carbs aren't, I feel like sometimes maybe carbs get a bad rap. And then New York City K-Girl, appreciate the follow, virtual hugs all around. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the follow. Also, fun fact, when you guys follow, you don't have to follow, by the way, to enter in the duck race or our emoji races, but when you follow, I automatically put you in the race, and then all you got to do is hang out. You don't even have to comment duck or emoji. I just automatically enter you into the race. Just make sure you're hanging out for when we're here. So when I do roll call, you just say, hey, I'm here, or whatever, and I'll make sure that you're in. Those roasted chickpeas are addictive. Yeah, they're good. And that's the other thing too, like any food, it doesn't matter what it is. Here's the, ultimately what it comes down to is it's not exactly as simple. There's other variables, but it's really like with thermodynamics, calories in versus calories out. There's other factors, there's hormones, there's muscle tissue, there's all these other factors, but like really at the basic, you really can't eat more calories than you're burning and expect to lose weight consistently and lose fat consistently, unless you're using like exogenous hormones, unless you're using maybe like peptides or other types of drugs or other types of treatments or dynamics that can influence your body and what's going on there. I worked the Bud Light triathlon with Mrs. T's about 30 years ago. Back then, it was all about carbo loading in New Orleans. And yeah, like, listen, you can carb load too. It's just a matter of like, how, here's the, like, we could also talk about like why carb loading was even beneficial, and the whole point of it is like your body has, it has carb storages. It's called glycogen, right? So it's just like sugar basically stored, and you have some stored in your liver and you have it stored throughout your muscles, throughout your body. So let's say on average, most people have between 500 and 700 grams of glycogen stored in their body. So if we take that, every gram of glycogen is about it's 4 calories. So 4 times 500, 700, that's 2,000 to 2,800 calories. Unless you're doing something like a triathlon, a marathon, maybe a half marathon, that's burning more than 2,000 calories, you don't need to necessarily carb load to like the capacity where I'm going to eat like a whole thing of pasta. Like, it's beneficial, especially if you're an athlete or someone that's physically active and you're burning calories throughout the day, then you're pulling from some of your glycogen, and that's where you want to replenish it. That's why post-workout, you tend to have more carbs than, you know, just throughout the day, but you don't need to be like crazy overdoing carbs as well. We can get into like a whole thing. But yeah, to that point, right, that's a situation where it can make sense too. So anyways, I want to keep it rolling right along. We're going to get into the 2-in-1 men's athletic shorts. So let me pull these bad boys up. These have a really cool feature, and I want to show you guys. It has the loop component of it. And then MV, I see you on YouTube. Thanks for dropping by in the chat. Appreciate you guys, even though another language I'm not really knowing, but I see you guys. Thanks. And then I get a little this, get a little that. Appreciate you guys dropping by, saying hey. And with that being said, we're going to dig into the athletic shorts. They're 2-in-1. They have the compression layer underneath. Now, here's a cool thing with the compression. They're not only, it does have the compression, which is cool and it's beneficial in and of itself. And depending on how well the compression is done, it can have an increased aspect of blood flow, as well as just like, when I say muscle support, I don't mean like it's going to act as a brace, but just acting as a little bit of a tactile cueing, as well as increasing blood flow and increasing body temperature around that area can be great. Talk to you soon. Yeah, Randall. Thanks for dropping by, homie. I appreciate it. Always good. Also, Randall, I just noticed you have a check mark there, dude. So that means you're a streamer here on Amazon. If you want to share and drop your channel, if you're about either you're live or you're going to go live, you want to share it, I'm happy to support each other. I want to build a community where we can support each other. So drop your channel if you want to here in the chat. Happy to support you and send some peeps your way. Randall, if you didn't leave, drop your channel link here. A streamer. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to screen share for you guys. We're going to dig into the shorts so you guys can see what I was just talking about. And again, I appreciate you guys. Like, we truly, Gene and I talk about this all the time. We're really all about building a community here where we support each other. And you guys are a part of that by just viewing, by liking, by following, by like doing that stuff. It's really appreciated. I think I follow him. That's awesome. Like, yeah, like just we can support each other. I think that's a really cool thing. And bam, there you go. Got you, Randall. Go give him a follow. Go support him. I haven't even seen your streams, but like, want to support. You know what I mean? Love the camaraderie. That's what it's all about, dude. You know what I mean? To me, it's not competition. It's like, hey, we all have our thing. So now here's the cool thing with the layer underneath. Check this out. It's got that little compression pocket. So you have this compression aspect. And you can put your phone, put your keys, money clip, whatever, put it in there, as well as it also does have the pockets, like normal pockets on the side. And then Randall, I appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, homie. Appreciate that. And being able to, let me just, yeah, I'm not even going to try and sell. Thanks for the follow, Randall. So I'm like talking to you guys out loud while I'm typing. I just butchered that. But so you can see the pockets, all that good stuff. They're cozy. Now the other thing is it has a loop on the back left side. So you can put either, and then Evan saying, I follow Randall. I see you. Yeah, there we go. Send him some love, y'all. In case you're not already, go give him a follow. If you already are, cool. It's greatly appreciated. We got to support each other. You know what I mean? A back left side loop is clutch for putting a towel if you sweat like I do during my workouts. Or check this out. If you're running either outside, on the beach, whatever, and you take your shirt off and it's sweaty. I sweat so much, guys, that my hands, my palms get sweaty, where like I get sweat into my shirt that way. So looping it on that back little loophole keeps it dry and snug, so you don't have to worry about falling out of your pocket, falling out of the back. It's not uncomfortable. It's a really cool aspect. And I like your little bee, Evans. Yeah, Evans, likewise, dude. Same, Wendy. I like that B as well. So that was a really cool feature. And again, let's see if we got an inland coupon on this bad boy. I feel like they had one the other day. They do. They got another 5% off on the inland coupon. And you can also get, they have the black shorts, but they also have different color compression underneath. And they also have different color actual shorts with different combinations of compression. So you can get a variety of different colors and options there, which is just a cool aspect. Oh, you know what I'm seeing? I realized I missed another Mooby Bear product. I missed the Mooby Bear Floodlight, which I actually have right over here. I'm going to try and not fall out of my chair as I grab it. This comes in a 2-pack. I have one of them right here, so I'm just going to actually plug it in and show you guys really quick so you can see. And I have it set up on the red light just because I usually like to use it for my workout and add a little like accent light to it. And then bam, look at that. Now this is like I don't want to blind you guys, but it's like a lower setting. You can dial in. And yeah, of course, you can dial in the intensity of the light as well as you can change colors. This is Wi-Fi enabled, so you can sync it up to your phone. You can have the Wi-Fi, you can have the voice command feature of it. It's really cool options. And again, if you don't want all those features, and you're like, listen, I just want a light at the end of the day, they also have, this is the 40 watt. They have, I believe it's an 8 watt option as well. Let me double check to make sure I'm not misrepresenting what the options are. I thought there was an 8 watt option. I guess maybe they moved it. Hold on. Let me see. They do. It's just not connected there on different one. But anyways, this is a great option. You can use the remote. You can have the app control. Like, it's just super clutch. And you have the voice command feature of it with the Wi-Fi enabled aspect of it. And it has 9% off right now. So win-win-win all around. Having said that, we're going to bring it home with the last little bit. I have some more of the men's athletic shorts, but what I want to do here is I figure I'll start the roll call. Let's start the roll call. Roll call time. Who's here? And down for the race. Let me pull up my screen. I'll pull it back up and adjust. Also, let's do a vote. Let's see. Do you guys want, should we do emoji race or duck race? What do you guys want to see? Let me know what you guys want to see in the chat. You want to do like emoji race, duck race? What do we want to do here? Santa race. All right, I see you guys. I'm dropping the names in. All right. Looks like everyone wants to go duck, or maybe you're just saying duck because that's what I have on the banner. So we'll just say duck for now, and if we want to change it, we'll change it. So I'll pull that up. I'll get this going. And again, we have two options here, y'all. You have a $1 gift card, or you can go with a $1,000 nutrition package if you win. And I'll share my email as well with you guys for the winner of the race. And then everyone that does, just by participating, yeah, it looks like duck it is. Just by participating, you guys can get a 7-day access pass to our fitness and nutrition vault. I have a few emails backed up for the passes, y'all. Know that I'm not ignoring you. I send it to my other business email, and then I knock them all out. I'm going to invite you guys. So I'll have everything sent out by Monday. If you didn't get an invite or the 7-day pass yet, you were asking for it, I'm gonna have it sent out by Monday, just so you guys know. And if you still don't get it by Monday, just let me know, and I'll make sure I take care of you guys. I got everybody in, so let's start to get into it. And I'm just gonna highlight different shorts that we got. We have the Ryan cycling pants. I have the long sleeve, and we have the shorts here as well. And then we have the Kufandi shorts, and they're super cozy. So all these are just great options that we'll dig into. So let me go all the way back up. We'll get our race on. So I've got Eva, we got Evans, we got Wendy, Maxine. And again, if you guys aren't following already, follow is greatly appreciated. You don't need to follow to be a part of the race, but if you're not, it's greatly appreciated. And plus, I'm going to be streaming every single day except on Sundays, so you get a chance to win every time I'm streaming if you want to get in on the race. And by following, you get to get, or you see that, and you get notified, which I think is a cool feature. That's Serene, got Busy. All right, we got Ava, boom, 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 boom. Teresa, you're here. All right, Jade and Dana. I think I pretty much got everybody. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna screen share, and then we'll kind of get into the fun for the duck race. And then I'm just gonna hang out probably for a couple minutes for Q&A if we need to. Oh, Loki, I see you. Got you. Also, fun fact, I'm going to give a plug. Next week, next Thursday, Gina and I are doing another giveaway, a drone giveaway stream. So I already have that on my profile. So if you guys want to set a reminder for that, and just by following, you also get notified. But for specific streams, now you can set notifications, from my understanding. I still have to tinker with that myself, honestly. But you can set notifications for particular streams that are scheduled ahead of time. So we have a stream scheduled for next Thursday, 10 o'clock, which is, let me see what date that is. That is the 20th. So the 20th at 10 o'clock, Gina and I are going to be doing a stream, and we're going to be doing a drone giveaway. So if you guys want to get in on a potential drone giveaway, make sure you're staying tuned, or you're going to be tuned in for that one. And I'm really hyped. We got some really cool, just like fun announcements continuously coming out for you guys. So just continue to stay tuned. We got some cool stuff constantly in the works. Let me pull this over this way. I'm going to put this over here. There we go. So we got, again, Ava, Evans, Wendy, Maxine, Serene, Busy, Teresa, Jade, Dana, and Loki. If you don't see your name here, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to close out the race. Race is closing. And then we'll kind of get right on into it. I'm just going to also just see, let's see if we got any inLink coupons for any of this stuff I might have missed. And other than that, we'll have the fun. Lori, I got you. All right, I got you in, Lori. Luda, I got you, Luda. What's up, y'all? Let's see if we got any inLink coupons. I don't see any inLink coupons for the Ryan long pants. Let's see for the shorts. I don't see any inLink for the shorts. And let's check for Kufandi. Let's see if we got any. Oh, we do have an inLink coupon for the Kufandi. We got 10% off. And then, yeah, of course, my pleasure. My pleasure. All in. Good. And I'm doing great, Luda. Thanks for asking. How you doing, dude? Talk to me. How's everyone's Friday? So the race is closed. It's go time. All right, so let's get it done. Race is closed. So I'm going to set this bad boy up. Got 60 seconds. Boom. Yeah, TJIF. I was kind of saying that before, though. Like, honestly, like, even though, like, Fridays are great, like, it's just another day to me. Like, I control my schedule on a day-to-day, so, like, really doesn't make that much of a difference. But I totally hear you. You celebrate. You enjoy. I like to hear that. I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, I like to hear that. It's my pleasure. All right, ready? Let's get our race going, y'all. I'm going to give you guys a little countdown. We're going 3, 2, 1, race. Cheer them duckies on. Let them know. Let them know what's up. Teresa, you got some dope hair, I got to say, going down with that. So, again, let me pull up my email. So when you guys do send that in, you'll be able to see it. And, again, remember, guys, even if you don't win, just by participating, you get access to our 7-day pass just for you guys being here and hanging out. I appreciate it. So I'm going to drop that message in here. You're going to send an email to lifeofafighter@gmail.com to get either your 7-day pass or for your gift card or your nutrition package, whichever you want. And I'm a Bobby. I always thought that was funny. I don't know why I think calling a Bobby so funny, but I think that's such a funny name for the police. Nah, mean, you know? All right, so let's pull up. So I got my Life of a Fighter Gmail open up. So when you guys win, I got it good to go. Ooh, I'm an old lady. Oh, look at Wendy. Congrats. Wendy the Bobby pulling it out. So I'm not going to, there we go. Now you guys saw. Congrats, Wendy. Bam. So Wendy, congrats. You are the winner. So you know the deal. You're going to send an email to lifeofafighter@gmail.com. Let me know if you want the gift card, if you want the nutrition pack. And if you, if you guys already won the nutrition package, this was a question that came up the other day. Someone won the nutrition package and they wanted to get it again. So if you guys win a nutrition pack and you guys want like another month of coaching or whatever, like I'm totally down to do that. But here's my catch. Here's the caveat. You guys actually have to like show up and do the work for the first month. Meaning like I'll give you like, listen, if you technically won a duck race every year and you pick the $1,000 nutrition package, I'll give you that every month for the whole, like forever, pretty much. For now, at least. This might change in the future, but take advantage of it while you can. The caveat is you have to show up. You have to do the course. You have to do the work. You have to schedule the calls with me. You have to actually show up and do things. Otherwise, to me, it's just kind of like a waste of time and a waste of access where somebody else could be using it. Having said all that, that's really all the fun I got. I'm just going to cycle through, see if I missed anything. I feel like that's pretty much all the goodness, y'all. I'm going to keep it on the Inkbird because we still have that lightning deal. Let me actually refresh the page to see if the lightning deal is still going down. Let's see. I think that lightning deal might be up. Looks like we might have missed it. Let me know if you guys can see if there's still a lightning deal. I'm going to actually open this up, see if the... Nah, looks like we might have missed it. Might have missed it, y'all, on my end. But anyways, appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging, y'all. And yeah, Evans, have a great night as well. Everybody have a great night. I appreciate you guys hanging out, chilling with me, keeping me company, all that good stuff. I'm just going to chill here for a couple of minutes. I'm just like looking at my time. I've got a couple of minutes here before I got to bounce. So if you guys have questions, you want me to go through any of the other products I might have missed, I'll happily do so. And yeah, Wendy, it's my pleasure. I appreciate you guys hanging. I always love to like, the goal is to always create content that you guys are going to enjoy, that you're going to want to hang out. Even if you don't want to buy the products that I'm talking about, like hopefully it's entertaining, or again, that's what it's about, creating a community and having that camaraderie component where like you guys want to be here at the end of the day. So that's like a really important piece to me that I like to highlight. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know, Wendy, if you have any issues sending that email. Other than that, I think that might really be it, y'all. Now have ourselves a great rest of your Friday. Have a great evening. And yeah, oh, so I'm going to play. Check out this new outro that we got here, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. And that is pretty much going to do it. Later, everybody. Cheers, y'all. Hold on, let me get my drinking. Give you guys a TJF cheers. Cheers, y'all. Well, I thought that intro was gonna, or the outro was gonna last a little bit longer. So anyways, that's gonna do it, y'all. I was just sending one more message, but cheers one more time, y'all. Sorry about that. Bye. And